Your direct deposit hits on Friday, and for a few hours, your bank app almost looks calm. Then rent clears. Groceries cost more than you expected. 3 subscriptions renew. You tap for coffee, and one Target run somehow turns into a cart full of things you did not plan to buy. By Monday morning, you are not broke exactly, but the number is low enough that you avoid looking at it for the rest of the day. That feeling has a name. Money blur. Not poverty, not laziness. A blur. It is what happens when your money leaves in pieces too small to scare you one by one, but big enough to drain the weak when they stack. $7 here, $19 there, $43 because you just needed one thing. $10 a day is $70 a week. That is about $300 a month. That is a car payment hiding in snacks, apps, and errands. So this is not another lecture about grinding harder, skipping every joy, or becoming the person who brings a spreadsheet to dinner. Japan has a quieter way of thinking about money. Not magic, not perfection. Just small systems that make waste harder and awareness easier. Because the goal is not to shame every purchase. The goal is to stop being surprised by your own life. Open your bank app tonight and find one leak under $10. The first habit is kakeibo, a Japanese pen and paper money journal that turns your spending from a blur into something you can actually look at. Picture yourself at the kitchen table tonight, writing down the coffee you grabbed, the lunch you bought because you were rushed, the gas the Amazon order, and that subscription charge you forgot was coming. Nothing dramatic happens, but for the first time all week, your money is not hiding inside 5 apps, 3 receipts, and a vague bad feeling in your stomach. It is sitting on one page. That changes things. Kakeibo is over 100 years old, and the setup is almost annoyingly simple. At the start of the month, write 4 questions. How much money do I have? How much do I want to save? How much am I spending? How can I improve? That's it. No dashboard, no color-coded spreadsheet, no app sending you a guilt notification at 9 p.m. Every day, write what left your wallet. Coffee, $6. Lunch, $14. Gas, $42. A snack run, $11. One $11 snack run every workday is $55 a week. That is about $220 a month. Small leaks become real when ink touches paper. The point is not to punish yourself. The point is to slow the swipe down enough to see it. When you type numbers into an app, it can feel like another screen chore. When you write them by hand, your body has to pause for 2 seconds. That pause is the habit, not control, not shame, clear sight. At the end of the month, answer the same 4 questions again. Maybe the problem was not coffee. Maybe it was rushed lunches. The second habit is the envelope system, but you do not need paper envelopes unless that actually helps you. Picture your direct deposit hitting on Friday morning, and before the weekend starts, an automatic transfer sends a small amount into a separate savings account where it is not sitting next to your grocery money, gas money, and takeout money. Because if all of your money stays in checking, it feels like one big pile you are allowed to spend. And that is how a good paycheck turns into another month of wondering where it went. The money did not vanish. It stayed too visible. This is the whole trick. Savings cannot be leftovers. Leftovers get eaten by normal life. A birthday dinner, a higher electric bill, a drive-through stop after a long day. Not because you are careless, but because the money was still in the same room as every temptation. The old envelope system worked because each dollar had a job before the month started. Rent had a place, food had a place, savings had a place. When one envelope was empty, the decision was already made. Modern banking can do the same thing without cash. On payday, move $10, $25 or $50 first. $25 a week is $1,300 a year. That is not a fantasy. That is one quiet transfer. Pay yourself before the week starts. Negotiating. Set one automatic transfer for payday. And once you protect your savings before temptation gets a vote. The next habit goes deeper. Learning to notice the tiny waste that steals value without looking expensive. The third habit is mottainai, a Japanese idea that says a half-eaten delivery order, a forgotten subscription, and a cheap gadget sitting in a drawer are not just small mistakes, they are wasted food, wasted effort, and wasted future options. You know the scene. You open the fridge and see the leftovers you swore you would eat. You check your card statement and find an app you forgot you were paying for. You clean out a drawer and touch 3 things you bought in a 10-second mood. Mottainai is not about being cheap. It is about respecting value. Someone grew that food. Someone shipped that product. You traded an hour or 2 hours or half a day of your life to pay for it. When it gets ignored, it is not just trash. It is time with a receipt on it. This is where small waste gets dangerous. $10 here feels harmless when it is an add-on at checkout. $10 there feels harmless when it is a snack you did not really want. But $10 a day becomes $300 a month. That is $3,600 a year. And if that amount were invested for 30 years at a 7% annual return, it would be about $367,000. Not a promise, an illustration. The point is not that every person can magically invest that much. Rent is real. Debt is real. Medical bills are real. Family obligations are real. The point is sharper than that. Waste steals options quietly. It does not always look like a luxury car. Sometimes it looks like delivery fees duplicate charges, one-use gadgets, and food you were too tired to finish. Mottainai makes the leak feel visible before it becomes normal. Before you buy, ask one question. Will I use this all the way? Check one drawer tonight. So before the next little purchase rides the same rush into your cart, the next habit is to wait one day and see if you still want it when the feeling is gone. The fourth habit is the 24-hour rule, and it works because it does not tell you you can never buy this. You see a pair of shoes in a browser tab, an Amazon cart full of small upgrades, a cute thing on a Target end cap that somehow feels urgent at 8:47 p.m. Instead of checking out while the want is hot, you put it on a list, leave it in the cart, or take a photo and walk away until tomorrow. That is the whole rule. Delay is not denial. It is just a speed bump between your mood and your money. Because wanting has a wave. It rises fast when the item is shiny, discounted, limited, or sitting right in front of you. Then it drops when you eat, sleep, shower, answer a few emails, or wake up to normal life again. Your wallet needs time to catch up. Not forever. One day. Want the shoes? Leave the tab open. Want the gadget? Save it for tomorrow. Want the Target thing? Take the photo and keep walking. Do that 5 times a month with $20 purchases and you protect $100. That is $1,200 a year. Not by becoming strict, by becoming slower. Tonight, make a note on your phone called Tomorrow List. If you still wanted tomorrow, you can choose it with a clearer head. But if the craving disappears by breakfast, that money gets to stay with you. And the next habit shows you how to spend on small things that actually improve your day. The fifth habit is choosing small luxuries over big splurges. Because quiet wealth still leaves room for a life that feels good. Picture buying good coffee beans for home, a sturdy mug you use every morning, quality socks that make long workdays less annoying, or a simple pan that makes dinner easier 3 nights a week. Now compare that with the expensive jacket, upgraded phone, or weekend trip you mostly wanted because you were tired, stressed, and wanted your life to look like it was going better than it felt. One kind of spending serves your actual day. The other performs for somebody else. This is the part people get wrong about saving money. It does not have to make life grey. It just asks a better question. Will this improve my Tuesday or just impress someone on Saturday? That rush from a big purchase is real. You unbox it, you wear it, you post it. Then a week later it becomes normal furniture in your life. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain gets used to the upgrade and the emotional spike fades. But small luxuries can repeat. Good coffee at home 5 mornings a week is 20 calm mornings a month. 20 calm mornings a month is 240 calmer starts a year. That is not nothing. Want better mornings? Buy better beans. Want easier dinners? Buy the pan you will actually use. Want less stress at work? Buy socks that do not make you hate your shoes by 3 p.m. Small daily quality beats rare expensive proof. So do not cut every pleasure. Cut the performance. Keep the comfort you actually touch. Choose one daily object under $20 and upgrade it on purpose. If these quiet money systems are useful, subscribe for more practical habits that make discipline feel easier, not louder. The point is not to become intense with money. It is to build small systems that protect you on normal busy days. The day when your phone is at 8%, dinner is late, your inbox is full, and every tiny purchase feels too small to think about. Tiny protection adds up. $10 protected each week is $520 a year. That is a small emergency fund hiding inside one ordinary habit. Now let's go to habit 6, because the next place money disappears is not coffee or Target. It is the raise you thought would finally make life feel easier. The 6th habit is savings first, lifestyle second, because a raise only changes your life if it does not immediately become a new monthly bill. You get promoted, and within a few months, the extra money has turned into a nicer apartment, a car payment that feels normal, a newer phone, more dinners out, and 2 subscriptions you barely notice. Nothing feels reckless. That is why it works. The apartment is just a little better. The car is just more reliable. The phone is only 20 more a month. Then one night you are folding laundry, looking around at the upgraded life, and your chest still feels tight before payday. The raise did not disappear. You assigned it too fast. This is lifestyle inflation. It is what happens when your income rises and your expenses stand up immediately to meet it. Want the nicer apartment? Wait 1 lease. Want the newer phone? Wait 1 paycheck. Want more dinners out? Choose 1 night, not every Friday. If a raise gives you $400 extra a month and you save just half before changing anything else, that is $200 a month. $200 a month is $2,400 a year. That is a real cushion built from money you never had before. Not everyone can save a giant chunk. Rent is heavy, debt is heavy, healthcare, kids, family help, all of it can take the first bite. But even then, the order matters. Savings first, lifestyle slower. Quiet wealth does not need an audience. It might look like keeping the same apartment for one more year. It might look like driving the same car without apologizing for it. It might look like letting your bank account get boring and strong while nobody claps. Move one raised slice first. The seventh habit is using cash over credit, or at least making your everyday spending feel real again. You tap Apple Pay for coffee before work. You use a contactless card at the grocery store. You pay delivery fees because dinner feels impossible. Grab gas station snacks and send one quick Venmo. None of it feels like spending until the bank app looks wrong. That is the trap. The money leaves, but your body never feels the loss. No bill in your hand, no wallet getting thinner, no moment where you think, wait, I only have this much left. Money you cannot feel is money you can lose quietly. Behavioral economists call this the pain of paying. Cash has pain built in because you watch it leave. A phone tap removes that tiny sting. So the purchase feels more like unlocking a door than trading your time. This does not mean you need to live like it is 1998. Use cash if cash helps. Use debit if debit is simpler. Or open a separate weekly checking account for coffee, groceries, snacks, delivery, and small daily spending. Put $200 in it on Monday. By Thursday, if it says 46, the week is talking back. That number creates friction, not shame, friction. Want coffee? Use the weekly pile. Want takeout? Use the weekly pile. Want snacks at the gas station? Use the weekly pile. When the pile gets low, the decision gets honest. For 1 week, spend daily money from one visible account. The eighth habit is using the 50-20-30 rule for freedom, not just budgeting. After bills clear, open your bank app and split the month before the month starts. Grabbing. Needs are rent, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments, gas to get to work. Wants are restaurants, Amazon, upgrades, trips, extra convenience. Future you is savings, investing, debt, payoff beyond the minimum, and any money that makes next month less scary. Give every dollar a direction. A strong version is 50% for needs, 20% for wants, and 30% for savings. But real life is not a clean pie chart. Rent may eat half by itself. Healthcare may hit first. A parent may need help. A credit card balance may be louder than every plan you make. So do not use the rule as a weapon against yourself. Use it as a steering wheel. If 30% is impossible right now, start with 3%. If 3% is too tight, start with 1%. 1% of a $3,000 month is $30. $30 a month is $360 a year. That is not wealth yet. It is proof that you still have a hand on the wheel. Want a clearer month? Name the buckets. Want more breathing room? Protect one tiny slice first. The win is not looking perfect in a finance video. The win is opening your bank app on a random Tuesday and knowing the whole paycheck was not silently offered to restaurants, shipping fees, gas subscriptions, and stress. Tonight, write 3 numbers: needs, wants, future. The real habit is not hitting a perfect number. It is teaching your money to buy freedom before the month disappears. And now, all 8 habits can come together as one quiet system. So put the whole system together. Kakable makes money visible. Envelopes move savings before temptation. Motainai makes waste feel expensive. The 24-hour rule lets wanting cool down. Small luxuries keep life from feeling grey. Savings first protects your raises. Cash makes spending real. And 50-20-30 turns saving into freedom. Quiet wealth is not usually a dramatic moment. It is a notebook on the kitchen table after dinner. It is an Amazon cart you leave alone overnight. It is a cash envelope for the week and a small transfer that happens before the day gets loud. Nobody claps for that. Nobody sees you not buying the thing. Nobody posts a screenshot of the raise you did not immediately spend. But that is the point. Quiet wealth is private proof. Not a new personality, not a perfect budget. A small system you can repeat when life gets messy. Because money gets easier when fewer decisions are left to your mood. The notebook catches the blur. The envelope blocks the leak. The pause cools the craving. The tiny transfer buys tomorrow a little more room. You are not trying to look rich. You are trying to stop feeling hunted by your own month. That is a different kind of confidence. Calmer, quieter, stronger. Tonight, let the room be ordinary. A pen on the table, a phone face down. One small money move done before sleep. You do not need to become a different person this week. Pick one habit. Make it easy enough to repeat. And if you are choosing one habit to practice for the next 7 days, comment quiet.